Let's move this over a little bit. Whoops. Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another MLB The Show 21 stream here on Twitch. I'm NextJGGen24, and tonight I'm finishing up, or I'm going to try and finish up the 6th inning. I'm actually really close to getting this done. I've only got 46,000 more XP to go, so what I'm thinking is that if I could get that all done by doing the conquest map, the triangles conquest map, then I should be good for the rest. Then I should be done, and we'll get our live series, diamond, whatever that may be. I'm not expecting too much. Again, I'm not really interested. This is just to get this out of the way. So. And then what we'll do afterwards is we'll probably just do the event. You know, the U.S. Baseball East. That'd be good to do. But before we do that, why don't we just purchase some packs? I've got stubs to spend here, and I can afford to do this. Alright, let's see. We could get Milestone Kerry Wood. Let's see if we get him. Nope, we get Jack Flaherty. Excuse me. Nope, more silvers there, including Jose Iglesias, who's a free agent right now. I'm guessing because he's injured. I don't know. All right, 3 to go. Come on, gotta get some diamonds. Only way to kick this off right. Yeah, Jared Eichhoff better be a freaking free agent. After his performance against the Atlanta Braves, the game that I went to, he better be a freaking free agent. That's all I can say. No offense to him, but it was clear that was not his night. Alright, last pack. Come on, Kerry Wood, be there. He's not. It's Roberto Ozuna, which I'll quick sell. So, nothing out of these packs. Alright, well, didn't hurt to try. Well, actually it did. I think it costed me like 35,000 or something like that. But, regardless, what do you say we get into the triangles? So what are our missions? We got, capture the Blue Jays, Orioles, and Cardinals stronghold, okay. I'm not seeing anything here about stealing fans. Although, in all likelihood, I'm probably going to want to do that. Ooh, we got a classic stadium, but I already have... all the classic stadiums. There's really not much more for me to do. Put me on All-Star and let's get this going. Alright, let's do this. Time to finish up the freaking 6th inning, and holy crap, that is a lineup full of diamonds. Holy shit. So, oh, Trey Turner gets it started off right. Raise that apple, Trey Turner. Holy moly. Tie cap. Oh boy, Zach Wilson. Tie cap. Oh, I just realized actually why I can't have the camera position where it currently is right now. Because I can't even see the scoreboard. I can't even see in the bottom right here. So that's going to create a problem. But Zach Wilson, man, I mean, That was a tough game. And, you know, last week against Carolina, I was able to blame that on the fact that he was being pressured. So, and it's not even like then he had a bad game. He just kept getting sacked. But if you look at it, he had 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. That's all he did. That's all he did in that game against Carolina. Why'd you have to beat the Phillies? Because we like to spoil dreams. As I see it, it's actually kind of revenge, because it was the Phillies that took over the division from the Mets. So the way we see it, we're just keeping the Phillies out of the playoffs. But if it makes you feel any better, the Mets still have to play the Atlanta Braves at the end of the season, like the last series. So even if the Mets can win one, that's still an opportunity right there for the Phillies to climb back into it. Phillies own the Mets. Well, apparently not Sunday night. I mean, look, this is at the point where I've kind of given up on the season. Well, actually, I gave up on the season in August. Like, that's when I gave up. That's when I believed that the Mets had no shot of making it to the playoffs. You play the Orioles and Pirates for 7. Right, but you also, not only do you have to contend with the Cardinals for the wild card, you also have to contend with the San Diego Padres as well. I mean, you can say whatever you want about the Padres, how they're doing right now. You know, I understand that they're on a bit of a cold streak. That doesn't mean that they can't get hot. All it just takes is a couple wins here and there, and all of a sudden, the Padres are back. So I would not underestimate the Padres right now. You got a lot of contention. It's a very, very tough and a National League wild card race for the second. Or it's a very tough race for the second National League wild card. Oh, I so wish that we're out of here. Braves and Padres play a 4-game series. Well, that means the Phillies are either going to gain on the division or they're going to gain in the in the wild card. I want Padres to take, and we're in. All right. If you'd rather have the division, that's fine. But I mean, don't forget that if you win the division, you're going up against. You'd be going up against the Milwaukee Brewers. If you won the division. But you might prefer that over playing the Dodgers in the wild card. And then if you make it past the Dodgers, then you got to deal with the San Francisco Giants. But honestly, I think the Giants are overrated. I think when they get to the playoffs, it's going to be total shit show, and I don't think the Giants are going to make it to the next round. I don't think they would make it to the NLCS. So, Mets won because we don't have Velasquez. Well, any chance that we have to ruin Philly's dreams, regardless of how we do it, I'll take it. Well, that and Braves streams. Honestly, we're like I said, the Mets at this point, just be like the Marlins. Play spoiler. We've got nothing to lose.
That is good. The left fielder, Lourdes.
So, I just want to go back to my comments about Zach Wilson, because you did bring that up at the beginning. Look, against Carolina, I could blame it on the offensive line. You know, I could blame it on them. But this game, there was no excuse. That was all Zach Wilson. I mean, you're talking 2 interceptions on his first 2 passing attempts. That's not good. And this is the other thing, too, that kind of bewildered me. Okay? We knew we had a strong running game going into this game. We knew what Michael Carter could do. We knew what Ty Johnson could do. So my question is, if we knew that, okay, if we knew that they were our running game was going to be solid, we had 2 solid running backs, why didn't we just let them carry the load? It's not uncommon for running backs to be the offense for a team, especially if your QB is struggling. Give them time to be able to settle down. That's what they kept saying. Zach Wilson needed to settle down because he was too fired up at the beginning of the game. Okay, so let's hand the ball off to Michael Carter. Let's hand it off to Ty Johnson. Let's let them eat up some yards. Give Zach Wilson a chance. Not only that, but if you do the running game right, you can run the play action very effectively. Eagles are at 17-0 all time against the Jets. That's, I'm assuming this is regular season that you're talking about? I don't know. The way that, honestly, it's weird with the expansion to this 17-game season, because now you're talking, now none of the teams are, or from what there's a lot of different games that are going around. It's just very weird. And Cedric Mullins launching that one. Oh, I'm sure we'll win a game. It's not like we have the worst schedule ever. It's not like we're going up against the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Tennessee Titans. It's not like we're going up against all the top teams in the NFL for 17 weeks. We're not doing that. So I believe we are going to win. I just set the expectation for 5 wins. And I was hopeful that this game against the Patriots would be one of the games that we won. Because after all, this is MetLife Stadium. Alright, this is MetLife Stadium. No more Tom Brady. I mean, they didn't have Tom Brady last year, and they still beat the Jets. But you would have thought that maybe with Mac Jones, maybe he would have some growing pains as well, just like Zach Wilson did. No. I mean, look, you got to give the defense credit because they pressured Mac Jones. They did the job that they needed to do, which was to put pressure on him. Which is good. That's what you want to see. Marcus May, John Franklin Myers, Quinnen Williams. I wanted to see those guys get those sacks. That's what I want to see. So that's one of my positive takeaways, as well as the running game which looked absolutely solid. They really did. It's just that it's like,
Ladies and gentlemen,
again, it's at what point do you finally say, look, Zach Wilson is struggling. Okay, he's made a few error throws. Let's calm down a little bit and let's make it, let's run the ball a little bit. But they didn't do that. They just kept giving it to Zach Wilson. 6 points, guys. And there wasn't even a touchdown. That was 2 field goals. That's all the Jets got. By the way, we won that game. So hooray, hooray on that. Okay, so it was a disaster of a game for the Jets. To put it simply. A disaster. What am I expecting next week? I'm expecting the Jets to get their asses whooped. I'm sorry, but Teddy Bridgewater, I thought he was a good, I didn't like him at Louisville. I just, when he was at Louisville, I got this very odd feeling, and I was like, nah, I don't like this guy. All right, but in what he's doing right now with Denver, phenomenal. And I'm happy for him. I really am. Because he wouldn't have found that success with the New York Jets. And it's unfortunate he never could find that with the New Orleans Saints. So very happy to see that he's finding that success in Denver. I think Teddy Bridgewater is going to go off on the Jets because here's the thing. The Jets have faced Mac Jones, and he wasn't a very mobile quarterback. Therefore, it was easy for John Franklin Myers and Quinton Williams and Marcus May to get to him. That was easy. Denver is going to be a totally different situation. Okay, Teddy Bridgewater can be mobile. He can run. So I would not be surprised in the least because the defense is not. I don't think the defense is going to get to him. I think he's going to be on the run, and once he finds an open receiver, because all you really have to do is just wait for the receivers to get open against the Jets D, and you can burn them. Once you get them open, you're going to have touchdowns. So just be patient, and if you need to escape the pocket, go ahead, Bridgewater, because you're going to find a lot of success that way. And I also expect this Denver defense to absolutely crush Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson is going to have to realize that he's going to have to get out of the pocket. Because this Denver D is going to eat him up if he tries to stay in the pocket. He needs to get out of it. I'm sorry, Zach Wilson, this is not BYU anymore. You don't have an offensive line. You are not going to be protected, so I hope that you can buy time out of the pocket. In fact, I think he can, because he scrambled a couple times. When he had no one open, he scrambled. So, we know Zach Wilson can get out of the pocket. He just needs to get out of it more often. I'm surprised this is not something a lot of the college football teams are doing. Well, I'm surprised this isn't more common in the NFL. I mean, if you look at the collegiate level, You have guys who are scrambling out of pockets. Guys who are dual threats. Can throw and can run. I'm surprised we don't see more of that in the NFL. Why is it only special to Russell Wilson or Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson? Why is it only special to them and not everyone else? So, overall, I just see the defense, the Broncos see being too much for Zach Wilson, and that's going to force a lot of 3 and outs, which means Denver is going to have consistent opportunities at scoring touchdowns. They're going to get a lot of offensive opportunities. I mean, the Jets, if they can even score a touchdown, I'll consider that somewhat of a victory. But otherwise, my hopes are not very high for the Jets this week. I'm sorry. This is a loss. I'm calling it right now. It's a loss.
Batting second, the center fielder, Joe Springer.
And then who they have after? Is it Atlanta? Do they go to London after Denver?
Batting third, the first baseman,
I don't know, but what I can tell you is that game in London, that's a winnable game. Okay, the Atlanta Falcons are struggling offensively, and I don't see too many defensive weapons that could potentially say that Zach Wilson is in trouble. So that is definitely a game that I see the Jets winning, especially if Matt Ryan plays exactly how he played this past Sunday. Maybe Matt Ryan doesn't even play. Maybe Josh Rosen starting ends up as the starting quarterback. Who's to say? That's still a long ways off, though. We still got a couple weeks before that happens. And this team right now, I mean, they're just smacking the ball. They really want me to get this done. That's all I could say. I mean, unreal what this team is doing right now. It's unreal.
Your attention, please.
Oh, by the way, thank you to... Oh, Aaron Judge. Thank you to Aiden R234. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Even though he bobbled it, it's still not enough. Yeah, I certainly agree. I don't think we're going to take out Ohtani. I just wish he would hit a lot better for me. So. Anywho. Summarize my rate your rotation. You have DeGrom, Verlander, Mathewson, Maddox, and Walter Johnson, I'm assuming. That's a very solid rotation. Do you think you can add in a lefty? Just that way in case you have to in case you have to go up against a left-handed lineup, you know, you have a lefty.
Hernandez.
So I like your rotation, AB Nation. That's a very solid rotation. Again, I would just say add a lefty, and I think you'll have an all-around great rotation.
That is good. The second baseman, Marcus Semien.
Yes, he did. Thank you. You got 56,000 stubs? From what? Did you go on a spending spree? Did you, buy Verlander and Mathewson? I know you can earn DeGrom and Maddox and Walter Johnson. So I'm assuming you didn't buy those guys. But did you buy Verlander and Mathewson? Actually, isn't Mathewson also a Team Affinity reward? He might be. Strike 3, sit down. You spent $400K. Wow, dude. Wow.
The second baseman, Adam.
That's a lot of money. Or that's a lot of stubs. I tell you what, man. He was an inning. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. What was he? What inning was he? 5th? Was he the last inning? I honestly don't even remember the last inning. I don't even remember who I went with. All I can tell you is I went with Pedro for this inning, for the 6th inning. Oh, 4th. Okay. Yeah, it's been a long time since I heard of Mathewson.
Leading off for the Jets.
I think the reason I didn't go with him was because I just don't like his windup. I'm someone that needs to have quick windups. You know? Otherwise, I get very impatient with the meter and everything. If I have a slow windup or a slow delivery. Oh, shit. Strike 3, sit down. That's why I love relief pitchers, because they just, it's not even that you, a lot of them just have normal deliveries, so it's like the meter goes by quickly, and I don't have to worry about timing it. Hold on, I'll read that in a second. Okay. Alright, man. Hey, listen, you do you. Personally, for me, I think I have to have a pitcher who has great breaking. Because I don't rely on the speed pitches to get me out of stuff. I prefer just to throw breaking pitches and get my opponent swinging at shit they shouldn't be swinging at. So for me, breaking is like a top priority when I'm looking at a pitcher. Strike 3, sit down.
The batter, number 11, shortstop.
And that's game. But what was your favorite inning so far? AB Nation. Ooh, I got 5,000 subs. I'll take that. Okay. Nah, I don't really feel like stealing more fans. Probably Joe Morgan, even though you don't use him. Okay, so from the... Joe Morgan is actually, like, secretly good. Like, first of all, his stance is so close to the plate that you can't throw any breaking pitches. If you do, you're just going to end up nailing him. So you're better off not even throwing inside against him. So that makes him dangerous to start. Then you have to consider the speed that he has and the power. Like, that just makes him even more dangerous. He's pretty much a Trey Turner-esque player, really. Oh, hell no. Hell no. F that shit. I ain't challenging the Orioles. Now I'll challenge them. But I wasn't going to do it, not on Hall of Fame. So, I guess for me, personally, like, the one that I like the most, or the one that, the one that I enjoyed grinding the inning program for had to be the Mike Piazza card in the first inning. I know it seems that long ago, and honestly, he's probably, there's a better version of him, 99 overall. But still, it was like, I loved grinding for that card. Like, give me some Mets cards and I'll grind whatever to get them. You know, you throw Matt Harvey in BR, fine, I'll grind for him. You throw Michael Conforto was in BR too. And even at that point, I was kind of like, I had to grind BR to get, or once I grinded BR enough to get Michael Conforto, I figured I was already there, so I'll just finish up on BR. Ended up selling Jansen for like 200,000 stubs. I'm just saying, you put a Mets card somewhere, rank seasons, BR, Conquest, Showdown, whatever, fine, I'll do it. I'll grind it. Let's go, Trey. Attaboy, Cedric.
That is good. The left fielder, number 10, Chipper.
Wait a minute, they weren't worried about Trey Turner stealing, but now they're worried about Cedric Mullins stealing? Come on.
That is good. The first baseman,
The Beast, what's up? How you doing, man? Shit. Yeah, go back. Whatever. At least we got the one run. Not much. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing all right, man. I'm a little upset about my Jets not winning on Saturday. Actually, not even scoring a touchdown on Saturday. But, doing all right. Can't stick around long. All right, man. Don't worry about it. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate it. We're just finishing up on the sixth inning. I'm doing the Triangles Conquest map. So, what I'm thinking is that I'll gain enough XP with the double XP still in effect that I can get it done. I didn't really see the game. I saw that it was a high-scoring affair. I hope this is like a preview of what the AFC Championship game is going to be like. Because if it's going to be a high-scoring affair that's back and forth, then I'm all for that. You know, I need that GIF or that image of Fry from Futurama with money in his hand, and he's saying, "Shut up and take my money already." Like, that would be me if the Ravens and Chiefs were playing in the Super Bowl. Not because I'm a fan of either one team, but I just think that they're the two most incredible offenses in the league that we need to appreciate it. Yeah. And then they made a huge stop by forcing a fumble and recovering it. I mean, if they don't force that fumble, Patrick Mahomes takes it down the field for a score, and it's the Chiefs that likely win. Let's see. We got righties, a bunch of righties, so Jerry's. Now let's sub him in, and let's put in Jason Bay, only because Guerrero Jr. and Piazza are already super factored, so there's no point in them being used. Crow Gaming, thank you for the like on Twitter. I appreciate it. And Jason Bay's gonna gas a double. Very nice. So, all I can say is with football is I'm glad I root for Penn State as my college football team, because otherwise this whole weekend of football would be just a mess for me. Like, the college that I went to got rid of their football program in 2009, so I didn't even see their college football program. I just locked on to Penn State because I watched them when I was younger. I was like, okay, they'll be my favorite team, so here we are, rooting on Penn State. Although, I'm not going to lie, they had me very nervous against Auburn. Not the way that they played. They obviously played well enough to be able to win. But, like, Auburn always makes me nervous. Because I always think about the times that they upset teams. Like Alabama, when they upset Alabama on a field goal return which is a really great moment in college football history. But just thinking back to that and knowing that that could have been Penn State at some point in the game just made me nervous. And Auburn was only ranked 22nd. Penn State was 10th. So you wouldn't even think that Auburn would be close if it's that much of a difference in rankings. So I'm very glad that Penn State ended up coming away with the win with the whiteout. Makes it very tough. So now I can breathe. I can breathe a sigh of relief until Penn State goes up against Ohio State or Iowa. I'm actually kind of shocked that Ohio State didn't fall outside the top 10 after their loss to Oregon. Like, I'm really shocked about that. I would have thought they'd be behind Penn State, considering Penn State beat Wisconsin, and now they just beat Alabama. Or not Alabama, I'm sorry, Auburn. Auburn fans are probably going to get on me like, don't ever confuse us for Alabama fans. Sorry, guys. Strike 3, sit down. So, sigh of relief. Glad to see Penn State got the win, but I'm going to be twice as nervous. You think I was nervous with against Auburn? Wait until Iowa and Ohio State. Now that is going to be nerve-wracking, because they're both like important games. You're talking about Penn State being in the top 10 in rankings. A win against Iowa and a win against Ohio State, I think, puts Penn State in the conversation for possibly an appearance in the college football playoffs. But with that being said, they have to beat Ohio State and Iowa. They do that, I think, and there's no doubt in my mind they deserve to be in that conversation.